Hi, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a brand new product by Geprc, and it's their new module. It's their Linkflow dual band ELRS module. It's a module that goes in the back of your radio, and it enables you to have 2.4 or 915 or 868 if you're in Europe like me. Now, this isn't a Gemini solution, so it's not going to give you both at the same time, but it enables you to choose one or the other, which is great if you fly long range, and you don't have that already built into your radio. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the box, have a look at what you get, show you around the module a little bit. We'll get it set up on my radio. We'll have a little look around at the settings and see what it offers, but it does have a little hidden feature as well. So stay tuned and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. So let's get it open. Let's get all of this out of here. We've obviously got the module itself. We'll set that aside for 1 second. We've got our antenna. We've got our instructions. Is that the warranty card and a link to the instructions? And we have a little extra cable as well. Let's have a look at the star of the show. That's what we all want to see. And here we have it. So here's the new Linkflow module. Nice looking module. Does feel solid. It is fully made out of plastic, so I know some modules are solid metal out there. However, it already does have a fan built in. This is just a little cover that's gone over the top of it to stop it sucking in crap. It's obviously going to stay cool because it's plastic and it's got the fan. And because it's going to be a little bit lighter weight, it's going to be about 60 grams. I know some modules out there, the metal modules weigh a little bit more, but you know, it's not a big thing at the end of the day. So we'll have a little look round. Obviously, that's just popped off there. This on the top is to put your antenna. Let's just screw that on now. You probably notice this antenna, if you're not familiar, a dual band antenna is going to have both 2.4 and 950, and that's why you've got two different antennas on there, and it's just built into one. So as I say, you can choose to have 2.4 or 915, and they're both on there. If you want to take advantage of those, you obviously need something on your drone as well. So for someone like me, I think it's in the background. It's just on the table over there. I've got my Moz 7, which is my long-range drone. That is my only drone on 868, 915. So for me, it's important that I have a long-range antenna. Now, my radio is the TX15 Max, so we will come back to that because actually I already have 915. So why is this module any good? I'll tell you. But let's have a little look around it. We've got a USB-C socket on the bottom. It isn't for charging. That's for firmware updates. I'm a Mac user, so I don't know about yourselves, but if you want to do firmware updates via USB-C, you need to use the Windows app. So it's an executable file that they have. That wouldn't work for me. So for me, I will be doing it over Wi-Fi, but that's how I do it with any ELRS radio anyway. I prefer that. You've got a little power on there, which is an XT30, and if you're thinking, why would I need that? This is obviously a big module, and it's for a JR bay. Now you can get little adapters for these to fit it onto a smaller bay if you want to do that, but obviously this uses power. So if you've got a radio that doesn't have quite a big battery, or you're scared of it sucking the power out of your radio, if you're trying to use it on a Zorro or something like that, you can power this externally, and this will take an XT30 from 2 to 6S. Most modules have this. I've never used this for extra power, but I do notice a lot out there are 2 to 4. So to take 6S is great, but obviously it'll have to be on an XT30. And you've also got a little extra adapter here, and this is to go with this. Now, for me, I don't use things like this. This is for UARTs, it's for extra little things. You can turn this into from a TX to an RX and vice versa. You can make it into a relay device as well. Again, great feature if you use that thing, but something that I'm not going to use. So I'm not going to talk about it in this video. If you do use that, I'd be interested to know how you use it and what benefits you get out of it. But it's just nice that it's got that extra feature if that's important to you. I think they're aiming at slightly different communities to our traditional FPV community for that one. Right, so I think what we'll do next, let's have a little look at the instructions. So these will be in, yes, these are in Chinese and English. Obviously, it explains the pinout. Now, you do have a little color code on here as well. So as you'll see, there's LEDs on the back of the radio. They're obviously not lit up just yet, the back of the module. So, whether it's in binding mode, whether it's in Bluetooth mode, whether you connect it to your receiver. But also, once you've selected your channel as well, if it's 2.4 or 915, it does have a little color scale here. Your purple end is your faster refresh rates, and your red end, or the blend between that is going to be your slower refresh, but better penetration. Handy that it's got that, and just your general instructions about how to update the module, things like that. Okay, so let's just get my radio out. Now, as you'll see, I run the TX15 Max. So on this radio, it already comes with 2.4 and 915. And that's why I bought this radio, not for all the, the bling. I used to have the Radio Master Boxer, but because I was flying long range and I didn't at the time want to buy an external module, so I thought I'll get a new radio. So this has served me great, and I can flick between them. You've got your twistable antenna on the top, and obviously this has both. Now, the benefits of having a module are, one, if you've got a radio that doesn't have 915 built in, you can add it. But obviously, having the module separate, should you change radios or move, this can move with you. So, nice and easy to chop and change. But there is an extra feature on this to get increased power. Only on long range, but on the 915 low band, we can actually increase it to 2 watts. Now, this isn't advertised, as obviously it's not legal in a lot of countries, but I will show you how to do it. Geprc have sent me a file, so we can increase the power of this to 2 watts on the low band. So if you fly long range, this is obviously an extra great little feature. So I'll just turn my radio on now. So what we need to do first, hopefully you can see that on there, we're going to have to go into the internal module. Now, for me, I'm going to turn that off because I don't want to use the built-in 2.4 and 915. And then on the back of the module, let's just put the new module in the back. It should just click in. Actually looks good as well. I actually love the colours, which is nice. So let's go back onto the front and go back into our model and go into external RF, and then we're just going to turn it on to crossfire, which is what we use for ELRS. I'm just going to drop the baud rate to, I think you can have it on 921. I'm going to put it on 400 for now. So we've done that, and then let's go into the ELRS settings. So tools, apps, ELRS, and in your packet rate, this is where you can flick between your different options. So we've got our 2.4, and we've got 50, 100 full, 150, 250, 333 full, and 500, which is brilliant to see. And then we can move over to our low band, so where we've got 50, 100 low band, 100 full, 200 low. I'm just going to put it on low band. I'm going to put it on 50, which would be your lowest refresh rate, but your better penetration. And then if we go down to TX power, you'll see 1000 is the maximum we can go to. So we can go from 50, 100, 150, 1000. Now, you've obviously got the option of your dynamic power or when your fan kicks in. My top tip is never use dynamic power. Choose what power you want and leave it set. That's when you can work out your range. Because if you use it on dynamic, you'll find that your signal's dropping and dropping, and then all of a sudden, bump, it comes up to full again as it keeps going through the options. So yeah, I just leave it on full. But as you'll see, we're limited, or not really limited, but it's 1 watt on 2.4 and 1 watt on 915. But what I'm going to show you is a way we can change that. So what I'm going to do, let's just jump over to the computer. Okay, so Geprc sent me a file. Now, it's not advertised on their website just because it obviously isn't legal everywhere you do it, but you have got the option to update the firmware. There's some instructions on how to update. You'll see it's an executable file for Windows. I can't use that. I'm on Mac, so I'm going to ignore that. But if you use it, there are some instructions on how you follow through that. But I probably recommend Wi-Fi. It's easier. Now, if we go in our firmware options, there are options for USB or Wi-Fi to make sure you choose the right one. We're going to be going for Wi-Fi. And you'll see there's 3 different options in here. There is an option to use the relay mode. I don't really understand that. It's not something I'll use, so we're going to skip over that for today. We've got the option to change between TX and RX. If you have that need for that functionality, that's not the one for us. But this is the one for us. 2 watt power. Brilliant. So we've got our bin file there. So what we're going to do, if we just jump back to the radio, let's turn on the Wi-Fi for the Express LRS. So the way you do that, just go into Lua script, go down to Wi-Fi connectivity and click enable. Leave that there. And then on your computer, you should be able to open your Wi-Fi settings and jump to Express LRS. If you've never connected before, the password is Express LRS, but I've already connected multiple times. So we're now connected to the ELRS. And if we click on update here, and we can select our firmware file, and that was that 2 watt, we'll click upload, and then we'll just let it process. Only going to take, a few seconds, nice and quick. And once we've done this, I'm just going to reconnect again, because it's going to restart the module. I'm going to stick my bind phrase in, so I've got it set, and then I never need to think about it again. 100% done. Update complete. Please wait for a few seconds for your device to reboot. And if we go back to the screen, you'll see the Wi-Fi has disconnected, so it's already rebooted. So we're going to enable the Wi-Fi again. We're going to connect back to the ELRS, and I'm just going to put in my binding phrase, and I'm not going to share that with you. Okay, so I've put my binding phrase in, and I'm going to click save, reboot. And then if we go back to our control, you'll see this should reboot now. Brilliant. Well, if we go into the settings here, we'll go into the TX power, and we should find, there we go. So we can go from 50 all the way up to 2 watt. Just make sure that you're in the right countries to be able to do that. I know we're based in the UK, we can't use 2 watts, so I'm definitely not going to try it. But if you're flying long range and you find that, you know, even 1 watt's a long way, but if you find that it's just, you're getting a few dropouts and things, to have that functionality to go to 2 watt is nice to have. It does not work on 2.4, 1 watt is the limit for that. And if we look on the back, we'll see we're lit up on there as well, so we're all good to go. Module feels warm, but not too hot, and we're all set up. So there we have it. Question is, who is this for? So first of all, if you fly long range, so if you want a 915, and 915 is not just for long range, it's good for good penetration as well through buildings. But if you don't fly those, skip this module. It's not for you. But if you fly long range, this is definitely one to consider because you've got 2.4 and 915 built in. If your radio doesn't already support it, it's just a drop. You know, you just pop it in. It's nice and easy to take with you. You own it for life. So, you know, when you change your radio, if you do in the future, you can just take the module with you. But if you've already got a TX15 Max, you don't need to upgrade unless that 2 watt appeals to you. If you're looking to upgrade to the TX15, then maybe you don't need to. I'll just be dead transparent to say there are other modules available out there. So this isn't Gemini. Gemini is one where it puts out both at the same time for reliability. This isn't that. However, to use that, you're going to have Gemini modules on all your drones. I've got loads of drones, mostly on 2.4. Maybe for some mid-client work, I might, you know, jump and put the long range on now just for that extra penetration, but it is bigger on your Cine Whoops, that aerial as well. I'll leave some links in the description below. You can check them out. I'll leave a link to Geprc and AliExpress if it's available on there yet. It is brand new, but in the UK, that's usually an easy way to buy. And if you do buy, those links may be affiliated. It does give a little bit of kickback to me. Doesn't cost you any extra. Just helps support the channel. If you've got any questions, please do leave them below. I'll try my best to answer them. But you will be seeing this in a future video. So next time I go long range, we will have a little bit of a check between this and the internal module just to see if there's any differences really in range and things as well. But yeah, thanks for Geprc to sending that. I do appreciate it. They didn't ask me to make a video. They just said, look, would you like to check out our new module? If you like it, if you want to talk about it, we'd love that. So there we have it. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.